I got a question from Zach asking, what do you do when you've got two things that you want to commit to, and you have to choose between those two things? Both things you want to do, both things you want to commit to. How do you choose between those two things? So I've got a couple different answers for you. The first is handled in a blog article I will link below the video about how to choose between two paths. That's the first answer, and the answer that essentially in that article is that the thought that you need to choose between them is most often an illusion, is typically a way to blend the two together, either in one being one and the same thing, if you get creative, or having them both in your life in some way. So the choice is usually a false thing, first of all. So that's the first answer, but that's not the one I really want to go into here, because I handled that in the article. What I want to talk about here is that any indecision about a path, or anything really, but any indecision about a path to take in your life and which one to go down is a problem that comes from the future. It's a problem from the future, meaning really what you're concerned about is, if I go this way and I get way down there in the future in time, what if that isn't the way that would have been best for me, or I most wanted, and I don't get to find out, and I find out later that that was the wrong path. So that means you're worried about something that might happen way down the line. And that shit just doesn't go away. It's always going to be there as long as you're putting attention to it, as long as you're allowing yourself to consider way down the line. And if you're at a point where there's two things you want to do, like if you were just to come all the way back into this present moment, there's going to be one of the two things that you actually desire more, but you just can't feel that, you can't connect to that, because you're caught up in the future. You're living in the future. Your mind's so far in the future that you don't have any awareness to the present moment. You don't have any awareness to what it is that you want right now. And so my answer is to come back in this present moment. One metaphor I use a lot with clients is imagine you're standing in front of two doors. Behind one door is commitment or idea, path A. And behind the other door is commitment or path B. And which one in this moment do you feel more drawn towards? That simple. Just do that one. But what if it's not right? No. Get out of the future. Get right back to this moment, which we're going to walk through right now. And just live your life like that. Just every single moment, let it come from that, well, which one do I most desire right in this moment? Okay, fine, I'm just going to do that one. Just live that way. And what you have to do when you live that way is you have to trust that deeper sense, that somehow, that some intuitive bias that you have that allows you to make a snap decision in a moment. You have to trust that there's a coherence in that. And I say trust. You know what? Don't even trust it. Just find out. Start doing it. Start deciding from that place of that deep intuitive bias that you can't rationalize. It's not off in the future. It's only right now. Start living from that and experiment and see the coherence. See how by doing that, even though it seems haphazard, that actually it creates a really congruent and beautiful path for you. And that actually your greatest gifts will come from that. The most impact you'll have in the world will come from that. The most fulfillment will come from that.